They have squad goals. Can they achieve it? As far 37 minutes, the one squad goal that they've achieved. They've not conceded both sides. With the NWU coming closest from 12 yards out. Nkopotso Moshapo. That's the man you see in shot there. Moshapo from Kopitori. He's a first year newbie in the side. He's studying a bachelor's of health science, sport coaching and human science.
Let's go for them, man.
And you have recently joined the gang as well, no? No more dreadlocks.
Welcome to the team.
You guys have been expecting me.
I think also when you visit the barber, he's surprised to say that
yes.
The price has dropped now.
Cheap 25 rand, no problem. Can he be on the money? Keeper Matani, strong right hand. Breakaway chance here for the team in orange, but all they managed to do is to lose possession to the team in orange. A window of opportunity to cross, but the player decides to do showboating, an attempted elimination of a defender rather than just go for direct cross. That was a direct shot, but way over the crossbar from Mashikere. Hasty, too hasty. 6 before we have time whistle. He's not happy, Karabo Mukhodi. I think he's agitated by the fact that they've missed those half chances and the full chance that they had.
And what you were talking about, the player delaying, because it was a 1v1 situation. He had support on the right. Just give him the pass in time. Don't waste time, because that's the problem, Temba, we have. Once you're in that last zone, if it's a 1v1, Tata, take him on. You know, you have nothing to lose, but losing the ball without finding a way to get past your opponent, because you must have some players in your team that, you know, a 1v1 is going to skin him, he's going to bring the crosses in. I think that was what Coach Karabo was demonstrating to the guys on the bench.
Good battle on that far side. Just eased out the way the captain. Kananelo Mutswening. The stoppage for Malik Mashinini.
He's been in the thick of things.
Yeah, he's done it all, really. The skilly, the injury, you name it. His
heel extension.
Yeah, he's produced it nice. Heel extension. There was a collision of knees, maybe.
Yeah, that was just a 50-51 with the captain, Mitsune.
Good defending by Karabo Murisani, just to see off the captain of NW. Good strong work. There's Malika Mashinini. Mashinini from Konako Pinville, studying business management in project management. Debutant in this competition. And the man you saw in shot there, highly experienced campaigner out of Kwakwa, Oputadichaba. Been there before?
Not a nice place to visit, especially at the Putadichaba Stadium, Temba.
We just lost some brownie points from all goals from Putadichaba. And from distance, Molobi. A bit of old school skill there from the new school player, Molobi. Cross from teammate Sireti. I beg your pardon, that was Mashikere. Here we go. That one, Fabian, that's from your time.
Listen,
Yeah.
there was one guy who would shire you with that one while he's running with the ball next to him.
Shufflers.
No, not
Who?
Shuffle.
Who?
Papi Zotwan.
Sotwan, you. When was the golden arrows that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Dangerous player, that one. Who's the most skillful player I ever played against?
There's-
I don't want to play against this guy.
There were so many of them, Temba. There was different ones that will dribble you with their own pace, one that will take you on coming, running at you. And there's those ones that you just say, look, I don't want to see this guy. Let me just give him one so that he can stay away from it.
You once played against Ronaldinho. How was that?
Listen, he gave me a spike too. But remember, he never got the ball. He got a free kick, but he never got the ball.
like that.
And Emil saved that, Temba. You know, I was so relieved, and I said, I got one.
Over the great one. At the time, we didn't know that his career was going to be as meteoric as it was, as short-lived as it was. Not long to go, just under 2 minutes as the sun has set here. The Northwest University Sports Complex. Floodlights on, casting a couple of shadows on the pitch. Oh, that's disappointing. I think NWU haven't got into their groove, their usual groove that you see when you play them at this venue. It's a very difficult venue to come get points from. An indication of that is how in and out the fans have been in terms of the game. A couple of moments where they've put together a nice sequence of passes, they've been right there with the team, supporting them, and you hear this raucous noise. But ever since, it's been really murmurs more than anything.
I think they maybe also can't wait for the break.
It's his old man, Macron. I shall not pass. I don't know why. I get the slight suspicion this might be one of those low-scoring affairs. A goal or two might just be enough. I don't think we'll be getting
Six.
Yeah, you're reading my mind. 6.
Doesn't look like
It doesn't look. It looks like a first game of the season in the tournament.
Unless the eagle open up both his eyes and trying to see what he can come down and run.
The eagle swoops. Yeah, 1 minute of injury time. He's barely been in the game, Lisila Macron. Should be last piece of action. Right on cue. The ref blows the whistle for the conclusion to this half of football. It's been a war of attrition. We're being honest with ourselves. At times, not pretty to watch, but telling his teammates, a highly experienced player, as I mentioned, saying, look, we need to find a better way to introduce ourselves to the back of the net. They've struggled in the opening half. It's a nil, NWU nil, UJ at halftime.
Anytime, anywhere. No need for cash with SA's biggest digital.
It's been a very interesting first 45 minutes, and actually there's been no goals, but penalty has been missed in the first 45. But here to have a lovely conversation is the professor as well as the Vice Chancellor of Northwest University. I'm joined by Professor Chobeka. Professor, a very good evening to you, and how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Good evening to you and good evening to the viewers.
Absolutely. There's great initiatives that, you've put together over the last couple of months, in regards to gender-based violence. Just take us through, some of those initiatives that you've taken.
Yeah, our biggest milestone in the past, say, 6 months was for, reviewing the policy of the university on gender-based violence. This was approved by the University Council. And now our position on that policy really is, first, we wanted to harmonize between the student environment and the staff environment to ensure that we speak in one voice when we say zero tolerance to gender-based violence. Now, the subsequent steps is to cascade it down now in implementation with awareness campaigns, both in residencies on the student life side, but also on the people and culture side for the staff, to make sure that we speak in one voice to say no to gender-based violence.
Absolutely. And how important is that for you, to be involved in such initiatives? Because, I think we all know how difficult a pandemic this is. So how important is it for you, first and foremost, to be part of this, and also other, campuses to be part and parcel of it?
Well, I think, as you would know, gender-based violence has become a very, very ugly aberration in the face of, in particular, the higher education sector. A number of recent cases have occurred on campuses across the country. And we think it is the right place to start with very, very combative campaigns such as the one that we're promoting today. You see, if we say the university is a microcosm of society, what happens in society affects what happens in campuses and vice versa. Therefore, we have to catch them young on campuses to ensure that ultimately they go back to the communities with the same, attitude to say we must foster a culture of respect and support and say no to gender-based violence.
Absolutely. Professor, thank you so very much for your time. Just lastly, before you leave, the crowd, absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Well, we love it here, as you can see, full capacity, and it's always the case with this campus. The Northwest University, across all our campuses, actually, even if you go to the rugby games at the Northwest University Potchefstroom campus, it's always a full house. We love it. It's one way of showcasing our vibrant student life.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your time. Truly, truly appreciate it, and all the best for the second half.
Thank you very much. We win.
Well, those are the thoughts, of the professor. We were speaking about, what is important, the pandemic that is gender-based violence over the last couple of months. I mean, he's spoken about very, very interesting pointers. But, I'm now joined by James in regards to, the first 45 minutes. James, what is it that you've seen in regards to, the pictures here?
We spoke about NWU having that momentum in terms of attacking, where they have to appeal for a penalty, but I don't still think it was Jose did very well there, but unfortunately there was a mist of a orange army behind. I mean, for me, if you look at where the ball touches, it's still within his body line, so that's where now it was not even called as a penalty.
And what is it that he should have done better trying to put that shot on target?
I think for me there was a rush of blood because he couldn't pick up a spot. He saw just orange jerseys in front of him. I mean, even this header from here, I think a chest trap could have done better, just push it in front of you. But even though the coach applauds, but those are some of the finer details, because from there you could tell. Or even if it's going for the header, don't try and change just direct it where you want it to go from. So you see the way he's turning his head, trying. But look at Banga, he had it well covered.
And one of the few opportunities, from the University of Johannesburg, as we can see. But for you, what is it that they've done, University of Johannesburg, in regards to, trying to take those opportunities created?
They've been looking for the half spaces for the most of the time, and Mulubi, being the orchestrator coming from the deeper places, have been trying to find Tokozo in front, but unfortunately this time around here, they just said, let me try it, and unfortunately couldn't try. But look about this. It was more of justice being done. It was not a penalty first, it was outside the box, and then after them, Mulubi missed it. So yes, the referee made a mistake, but it was justified by the miss. So it's back to the drawing board, try to come and back. Yes, you could see Coach Karabo is not happy with that. He thought they could have taken it. But also, if you look at the technique that Mulubi used there, he kicked it more with his heel than with the inner foot.
Absolutely. And you've spoken about Molobi. He's missed that penalty, but I think, he's been the right horse for this cause in regards to, the touches. But what more?
And look at the there, he did every well, Mulubi, but now look at the technique, look at the part of the foot that he takes the penalty with. It's more on the heel compared to the inner step, because already the keeper is committed. Yeah. It was going to be a simple tap-in from him, but unfortunately, he didn't look at where the keeper was. He was looking down, not knowing exactly.
Varsity Cup, bigger, better, as well as smart as well. You know, there's a new initiative as well that's brought in where supporters at home can predict. What do you think of it?
I think that will be it's a good initiative, and I like the involvement from the fans, because from the comfort of their couch they will able to engage. But for me, the way things are, it looks like we might see a stalemate. Yes, there's a glimpse of promise, but they're running at 125 kilometers per hour.
And for the second half, what is it that we can expect? Because we've spoken about Melik as well, spoken about Molobi. What is it that they need to do to effect more opportunities for the front three?
I think for me, it's all about linking with Tukuloko in front, because he's been masculine between Matopa and also Tamani. Yeah. So for me, they keep on playing the high ball. So what he needs to do, just shift the two center backs. I mean, look, the entertainment is very nice. The mascots are out there, in the fans are enjoying. It's a little bit chilly that the temperatures has dropped. So for me, to keep them live like that, it's something else.
We speak about mascots. A couple of decades ago, you also did you guys have mascots?
No, I never tried that one.
Yeah. I think the first 45 has really been quite interesting. Let's see what's going to happen in the first 45. It is live after this.